Okay, so now we're going to be given the expression, and we're going to factor it out ourselves. So we have 2x squared plus 7x plus 6. And to get started, I'm going to do a rectangle, and I call it a diamond, but it looks like a big X. And we talked in class that the first term here is always going to go in the bottom left. The last term is always going to go in the top right. And then that middle term is always going to go on the bottom of our diamond. This is how we're going to set up every single problem. So, to get the top of the diamond, we're going to multiply the 2x squared and the 6 together to get 12x squared. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of some of these lines here, so we don't have a bajillion things going on. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to do the diamond problem. We want to see what two numbers multiply to give us 12x squared, but then add to give us 7x. So we can think of our multiplication skills and see what works out, which is going to be a 4x and a 3x. And it doesn't matter which spot you put each one, and it doesn't really matter where you put them in the empty rectangle. From here, we want to find out what goes on the bottom and what goes on the side, which we just talked about. So we can work backwards, use our greatest common factor. I'm going to look at my 4x and my 2x squared. My greatest common factor is 2x. And then I can work backwards and say that this side has to be an x for that to work out. And that this bottom has to be a 3. And then up here we'll have a plus 2. So our product, 2x plus 3 times x plus 2, is equal to our sum, 2x squared plus 7x plus 6. So we have the product and we have the sum. Okay, we're going to take a look at 14b. Same type of problem. We have 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. And I'm going to start by doing my generic rectangle and my diamond problem. That first term always goes in the bottom left. The last term goes in the top right. We multiply them to get the top of the diamond. And then that middle term always comes down, down here. So again, this first term gets put in the bottom left. The last term goes in the top right. We multiply them to get the top of the diamond. And that middle term, I think I already said that, goes in the bottom. Okay, so from here, we want to do our diamond problem and see what two numbers multiply to give us 6x squared, but then add to give us 5x. So you can think of all the combinations that multiply to give you 6, and then narrow them down to see which ones add to give you 5. So that's going to be a 2x and a 3x. And again, it doesn't matter where you put them in the open spots. And then we're going to work backwards and find out what is our greatest common factor, and then find the missing pieces of our rectangle. So our product is x plus 1 times 2x plus 3, which is equal to the sum, 2x squared plus 5x plus 3.